We're at work now, we made it. I work at an abandoned building in an empty parking lot. BikeBlogger here, on my way to work. Let's talk about the freezing cold. Freezing cold. It's pretty warm right now, actually. It's just above freezing. But there were flurries earlier today, snow flurries. I got my big gloves on. So yeah, this is just gonna be a general video about the freezing cold. So what to do, what not to do. I have learned over the years when commuting in cold weather that the key is to cover as much skin as possible, especially your face. I've learned with fogging glasses, I've discussed this in a previous video, with fogging glasses, there's not really anything you can do long term. You know, if you're gonna go on a long bike ride, like maybe about up to an hour, your glasses will fog. So what I just recommend is do not cover your mouth or your nose. Because even if you do, and if you maybe use some ski goggles or something, or some meant for like maybe I don't know, mountain biking, Smith goggles, they have mountain biking goggles, they work pretty good. The areas around your mouth and your nose are still gonna get all soggy and nasty. So I just recommend don't cover your mouth or your nose. And then when it comes to layering, I like to wear a very thin base layer. Pick out something that's good for wicking, but also with some, you know, insulating, you know, material, some fleece or something. And then, yeah, it is kind of snowing now a little, kind of sleet, really. Not really snow. Or maybe this is snow, I don't know. And then do a top layer, like a shell of some sort, a windbreaker or something to protect you from the wind. Because the effects of the wind are still going to get through a fleece, you know, shirt or you know, a hoodie or something. So yeah, definitely do that, especially when it's really cold, and especially when it's windy. But it's gonna be windy either way when you're on a bike, especially if you're going kind of fast and you're not just lollygagging along. So we're going a different way to work today than I usually do. Try to mix it up occasionally. We're in Clayton, Missouri. We're heading north on to make a ride onto Wydown Boulevard here. Woo, it's kind of coming down now. See, I have playlists for I have rain biking playlist and snow biking playlist. I don't know what I'm gonna put this under. It isn't really raining, so I guess this might be a video I'll add to my snow biking playlist. Whew. So yeah, on our way to work today, we're gonna go toward the park, and then we're gonna go north of the park, and we're gonna circle back around through and around the park and back through the, I wouldn't call it a downtown, but kind of like a more high population density area of the city, right near the park, and then back. So I'll discuss that throughout the whole video. But anyway, cycling in the cold. Trying to see the readout on my, and I'm going 20 miles per hour right now, pretty dang fast, especially for these conditions. Oh, there's like a speed gun thing. Let's see if it even detects me. Some of these things don't detect me. Yeah, okay, it said 20 there. Sometimes they don't even detect me. I don't know why. I'm still a pretty big object. I'm not as big as a car, but I don't know if it has to do with like sensors on the road or something. I don't know, or like the weight of my bike. I don't know. Compared to a car, you know. Oh, whatever. There's people waiting at the light up there, so I'll make a left. Get in line. Perfect. The light just went green. Yeah. Woo. Let's get through this intersection. Nice and easy. Look both ways. We're actually going to get off the road and onto the trail, because the light makes you wait up there anyway, because there's no right turn on red. Wow, that was weird. That was weird. I got off my bike on the right side. I'm not sure if left-handed people do that or if some people just do that, but I'm just very accustomed to always getting off my bike on the left side, the side away from the chain ring and the chain. I think it's because, you know, I'm right-handed and I'm kind of right-legged, I guess. And I like to push off. I like to push off with my right leg. So we're on the edge of the park right now. We're not going to really ride through the park right now, though. We're just trying to get up to BikeBlogger, which is where they've installed a electric trolley, a little train. Train. I want to go heading through BikeBlogger Place, which is a neighborhood within St. Louis, Missouri, USA. And then we're going to cut through, cut down, I guess I should say, the Central West End, and then go back through the park, and then through the Clayton Tam area, also known as Dogtown in general, sort of area, and Franz Park, and all those good things, through Maplewood and back to work. So if you're familiar with the bike channel, BikeBlogger channel, I do videos weekly and try to keep on top of it, rain or shine or snow or sleet or ice. Fortunately, there isn't really any ice. Now I say that, but there could very well be ice on elevated surfaces that aren't protected from the wind, like bridges. So you gotta be careful with the black ice. So, still traveling at about 19.5, 20 miles per hour on our way to work. I got this whole route planned on my OSMAND mapping software, or GPS software. Did it in the previous video. Check out the previous video for info on that. Dog. I don't know what to do, you know. It's like the dog kind of, you know, dogs and children are unpredictable. Dogs seem to be kind of cool off to the side there, but I didn't know if I wanted to shout or something, because I have a silent coasting free hub body cassette. So we need to make a left. What I'm gonna do though, because the light is green right now, is I'm gonna circle the History Museum. And hopefully by the time I finish this lap, the light will be green for me going the direction I actually want to go, which is north. So yeah, more about freezing and the cold. Really, the only thing you can really do for ice on the road, number one, or is it two? Number one, is go slow. Okay, these guys are still waiting. Slow down a little bit. Take air out of your tires so you get a little more grip on the ground. Less puncture protection though. And really studded tires. Those are the way to go. That scared me for a second. That black car, it was like, I could hear him coming up behind me. He made a left. Thought he was gonna run in the back of me. Alright, there we go. So this is a new trail, also known as a greenway. It's an oversized sidewalk. I call it a sidewalk because it's got these concrete panels like a sidewalk, at least in this country. That's what our sidewalks are made out of. They're made of concrete. So there's like little bumps. It's not like a smooth asphalt or tarmac trail here. So we're gonna cross here now. This is the Skinker or no, not Skinker, this is the DeBoliver train station. I don't know if it's, I think it's called the Forest Park DeBoliver train station. Okay, looking both ways real good there because it says I have the symbol, but you never really know. Oh, it is coming down. Trying to follow my, my GPS thing. It's saying in 400 feet I need to make a right. I think I'm gonna get on, see, this is the side for bikes, I think. It's a little bit wider than that sidewalk, I guess, to the right. Okay, so I need to turn right here, actually. There we go. So this is Kingsbury, I think. Man, this part of the city, there are a lot of gated communities. So it took a little bit of Street View, Google Street View, to figure out the correct way to get through here because a lot of streets are blocked off. I understand people, you know, don't want people who don't live in their neighborhood walking through their neighborhood. But at the same time, I don't like the idea of closing off streets. At least from a perspective of emergency personnel, you know, like fire trucks and EMTs and police. Closing off streets is just it's a barrier. It slows first responders down, even though, you know, they may have the code or whatever, the gate. I just don't like the idea of gated communities for that reason. Obviously I'm a cyclist, so I like to get through anywhere I can get through. And I'm a cyclist, so I have a little bit more chance of getting through places than cars. But, okay, I'm still going straight. 700 feet, I make a right. Now, see, that guy, he doesn't have headlights on, and that actually reminded me. I should turn my light on. You should probably always have your lights on. Your bike lights. So, as you can see straight ahead, I can't get through. Not without vaulting the fence, and we're not going to do that. Let's make a right. There's also a dead end behind me because there's another gated community behind me. But the trick here, let's wait for this truck. No one behind me, so will you turn it? We're going to go down the alleyway, and there's nobody in the alleyway. The only downside of the alleyway, besides broken glass, is the cobblestone. So forgive me for the vibrations right now. Hope it doesn't knock out my camera. Oh man, this is real cobblestone too. I've been on cobblestone before, and it's, you know, this is tiring stuff. I just got, you know, a skinny road tire bike. I'm also trying not to go too fast. So again, I apologize for the video. It's probably gonna look very drunk right now. Would I go this way again? Probably not. Probably find a different route. It just looked like it was real easy on the Google, but it is very bumpy and it creates a jarring effect on your arms. I mean, the legs are one thing, but the arms, oh my gosh. I can't even move my arms. And I got my bar tape kind of double wrapped. Not really double wrapped. Oh my gosh, it's over. Thank you. Okay, make a left here. It's telling me to make a left. There's nobody coming, let's cross. This is, okay, so we made our left. Now we go, okay, we go 350 feet, make a right. More about freezing in the cold. Do we make a right here? We make a right here. Okay. I think this is Waterman Boulevard. Yep, that is. Okay. I could have taken Pershing back there. I just wanted, you know, a little bit more scenic route, you know, behind, you know, all the houses and the trash cans and everything, you know, just to give you a good dose of St. Louis, Missouri. I'm joking. Waterman Boulevard. Okay, we'll make a left in 600 feet. Yeah, I keep calling out the directions, but you know, I'm trying to, you know, reinforce it in my head here in case I want to go this way again in the future. Woo! All right. Left, right, left. It's still coming down. I hope you can. Hope the video is okay. I'm not gonna wipe the lens because that can tend to mess up things even worse. And I don't have a microfiber cloth with me. Although I guess I could use my coat here. It's kind of microfibery. Let's see, straight. I think the mayor of St. Louis lives somewhere around here, or one of her houses are around here. Anyway, let's cut up this way. Okay, there's a little curb cut here that's useful. Loop, and bark down. Well, I was just looking at the alleyway back there. It's all wet. There's a lot of puddles. Glad I didn't go down that alleyway. Let's make a right onto Washington. Right onto Washington. See, it's at. I'm not going to go back, but if I kept going, if I tried to keep going straight, it's actually gated off. I should be able to get out of here without having to open a gate or anything. But I believe this road still has another thing where it's like, you know, there's a curb, so a car can't get through, but a bike can. Or people can, I should say. But, I think we're still in the Bolivar Place neighborhood. Or no, actually, I think we're in the Central West End now. So, a lot of big, pretty houses. Old houses. Let's see. It's interesting, my GPS program's kind of, usually it's a yellow arrow, but now it's like a gray arrow. I think that's because it's like it's taking me off of the road right here, because I had to have it route around here like this. Okay, we're back on the road now. I try to choose my route so I have the least amount of stoplights as possible. And if I have to turn, I'll make a right turn. So I think I'm gonna make a right turn here and then a left. That's the way we do it in America. Avoid those lights. Okay. Over. There we go. Okay, we're on McPherson now. I think that's how you pronounce it. Actually, I don't even know if I really wanted this road, but it's still routing me, so that's good. In the correct direction. Actually, he's gonna want me to go back up Euclid, that's fine. The freezing cold. The freezing cold. Cover as much skin, even cover your chin, because it does make a difference. Alright. This is Euclid. I'm gonna go north on Euclid. Because actually my GPS program likes to make sure I stay on the route, so it's actually getting me back on track by going back. So I'm gonna make a right here. It's telling me I missed the segment to the left, but it's just one block, it's not a big deal. Make a right. Alright, we're back on Washington. And we're gonna take this to Taylor. And then we'll, at least my intention is to take Taylor all the way south here. I didn't check this intersection here, but here's another one of these things where it's like you gotta get up off of the road because it's blocked off for cars. Straight. Whoa. Let's not go in the storm ditch. Huh. Okay, so this go 1,000 feet this way and then make a right. This is like a different section of town here. There's some vacant lots, and some of the buildings are nice, and some are kind of need a little work. Whew. Still in the Central West End, though. We'll call it maybe the more affordable section of the Central West End. Still pretty, I'm sure, when the trees are blooming. Whew, all right. Let's make a right here at Taylor. Head all the way down south through the little downtown area. Whew. So yeah, what else about freezing cold? I think we already talked about layers. I'm gonna have to check my notes here in a second. Right into the tailpipe exhaust, right? All right, hang on a second. I got notes in my pocket. Ah, Second Presbyterian Church. I did a job here once. Yeah. Oh yeah, frozen locks. Oh man. Let's talk about that. Oh. So, I come outside one day, and my bike lock is frozen. Oh man. What do you do? Well, see, I didn't actually find out until after I stuck the key in, and then the key, I turned it, and then the key was stuck. I couldn't pull the key out. Now some locks don't let you pull the key out, you know, when it's unlocked, but they don't want you to lose the key. But in my case, you're supposed to be able to pull the key out, and I wasn't able to. So anyway, I was able to just force it out. But what do you do in that situation? Well, you need some hot water or something to melt the ice, basically. So I was able to force it out, but how do you prevent that from happening in the first place? Well, you need to oil your lock. So what I do is What I do is I oil the keyhole and where the shackles connect. It's just I hadn't done it for like over a year, so it really needed the oil. But that should keep it going real good for a long time. I'm not sure if I did a video on that. I did do a video talking about oiling your freewheel, which you absolutely should do. We're at Taylor and Lindell right now. I think I forgot, Taylor is more of a residential road, I guess, than Euclid. Euclid is definitely more commercial. I try to avoid the stoplights, but this one was no avoiding it. I wish there was like a glove that was as warm as a big glove, but more gave you more dexterity like a thin glove. There we go. Watch that door zone. Stay out of the door zone. Door zone is 3 feet off a car. Or maybe more like 3.5 feet. But then there's also the like, oh my gosh, I'm about to get hit. Feet. So really you need more like 4 or 5 feet away from the door. Just so it doesn't, even if it doesn't hit you, if it opens up quickly and it scares the heck out of you, you don't skid out and fall or something. Let's go straight here. Across Forest Park Parkway. I don't do a lot of city cycling through a more downtown area just because there's a lot of stop and go. Also don't like breathing in the fumes. Alright. Okay. Should be smooth sailing from here though. I think we're still on the Central West End. I'm a country mouse. I'm not really a city rat. So I don't know if this is the Cortex district or if we're getting near it now. It's a high-tech sort of district. They got Microsoft and I think one of the Twitter founders was from St. Louis. I don't know. I don't think they have a presence in St. Louis though. Still on Taylor, heading south. Watch those train tracks, always cross at a perpendicular right angle. Now what I'm looking for is Clayton Avenue, not Clayton Road. There's some of those scooters on the sidewalk. Brake before the turn. Woo! It's chilly. Honestly though, you dress correctly and it is not a problem. The only thing that's kind of annoying is the time it takes to get dressed appropriately. It takes a little bit longer because you have to add at least one more layer than you would if you're driving somewhere. All right, through the park. Under the highway and through the park. We go to grandmother's house, we go. Yeah, you dress appropriately. I feel fine, I feel nice and toasty. Well, maybe I'm a little too warm. You get too warm and you start sweating more quickly. You'll still sweat when it's cold outside though, just not nearly as much. Although I guess it does depend on your body. Alright. Around we go. Got a U-turn there because you're not allowed to go straight back there. So we'll do the slightly less, slightly more legal thing, go that way. Cyclist, I'm all alone out here. I'm all alone. Where is everybody? Oh, it's cold. Yeah, the only annoying thing really when it's so cold out is my nose acts up, so. And of course, I always forget to bring tissues. Bring tissues. Or do a snot rocket or whatever they call it. I've had horrible experiences trying that, so I'm not gonna try that now. Nobody around. Up the head. Up the head. Downshift. One problematic thing with Shimano Di2 that people complain about is that the buttons are so small that shifting is harder. Hey, if you want shifting to be easy when you have big gloves on, well, use SRAM or just use like a down tube shifter or a bar end shifter. Wow, I didn't know they were tearing up the trail here to the left. I guess I haven't been through here for a week or two, but there used to be a sidewalk over there, or an oversized trail I should say, like a multi-use trail. They dug it all up. Oh well. Whew. Still coming down. A little bit of sleet. Whew. Ugh. It's like little daggers into the face. Ugh. Stick out my tongue. Ugh. Catching them. Kind of prickly. Ugh. Whew. Yeah, if you leave your home and you're slightly chilly, you dressed correctly. You will warm up on the bike. Just give it a couple minutes. Follow the parks truck. Actually not, we're gonna go straight. Da 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 da. What else is there to say? Bring tissues, you'll thank me. Off-roaded. Downshift. Oh, beautiful shift. This neat little car, truck, or whatever over here. I used to play on one as a kid. It's made out of old tires and I don't know, some metal tubing, some wood. It's got even a little steering wheel in there. Pretty cool. I'm not sure if they still have the one at my old neighborhood park, but maybe they moved it here. Pretty cool. Who would have thunk it though that I'd be riding my bike to work though, not driving a pickup truck. Oh. Alrighty. Gotta drop down. Gotta happen sometime. Let's let it happen now. Little detour. Little detour. So we are a little over 3 miles from my target destination, which is work. I extended my commute by, I don't know, 8 miles today, so hope you enjoy that. I'm gonna go past the zoo here. Probably won't be able to see any animals. I like the big cats, the lions and tigers, and bears are cool too. Bears aren't cats though. So yeah, I guess my only complaint about the St. Louis Zoo with the big animals is the big cats. Some of them I feel like they got some space for the tigers and lions to move around, but some of the other big cats like the snow leopards and the bobcat, or no, the puma I should say, they don't have a lot of room to move around. So I wish they had more room to move around. Now the cheetahs got quite a bit of room, but I don't know, there's like a dozen cheetahs at the zoo. Okay, we're back on track. Before we were so rudely interrupted, my battery died on me. I was just gonna say about the cheetahs, because you know, we're way off topic here. The cheetahs, the county approved a plan to give cheetahs like, I don't know, a couple hundred acres to run around in, so that's awesome. So, yay for the cheetahs. But no, actually back in the, when was it, the 70s? Or before the 70s? There used to be a big cat show at the St. Louis Zoo, where it was like a circus act and all the big cats did tricks. They don't do that anymore. Kind of glad they don't. I'm not a fan of the circus and making animals do tricks. I know a lot of pet owners like to have their pets do tricks, but I don't know, there's some tricks that animals just don't want to do unless you force them, and I'm an animal lover. I don't like to see animals being tricked. Okay. So I'm glad I'm doing this video now, because we got a little bit of that sleet. I get to talk about how cold it is, and actually missed my turn. I was supposed to turn back there. That's our car. Turn here. Now I was just gonna say that I'm so happy I did this video today because tomorrow it's gonna actually be cold and it's gonna be pretty well below freezing, I think. Temperature of freezing water, so it'll be well below then. But I've also learned over the years to not even bother really to look at the temperature on the weather channel or the weather website or whatever, because that's what's called the dry bulb temperature, and that's pretty much useless as far as I'm concerned for gauging, you know, what you should wear. Obviously look at precipitation. Here we go with the cobblestone again. So I just ignore temperature now. What I look at is what AccuWeather calls the okay, there we go, the real field temperature, or you know, the heat index, or the chill factor. Wind chill is kind of included with that. Let's go straight. See, I'm actually having to backtrack a little because I wanted Louisville road. Yeah, because these numbers, at least the real field number for AccuWeather, it includes how much sunlight there is. So you got the solar factor. It includes the wind speed. So I find it a lot better at gauging, you know, how cold it really is outside, how cold it feels with the humidity and everything. So I know what to wear. So yeah, that's another tip for you. Just ignore the temperature. You know, at least look at the temperature and the humidity. But if there's like some sort of a compiled number, like the real field temperature or the I don't know, the heat index or whatever, and just go day by day planning your clothing based on that number and not just purely on temperature. Which, you know, purely on temperature might work if you live in a dry and arid environment like the desert. But yeah, definitely look at the real field temperature. I find that works for me. That, along with covering as much skin as possible and making sure your brakes, brake pivots, things that, you know, actuate your brakes are well oiled. Don't think I wanted to turn there. Actually, I think I did. Shoot, I was supposed to turn back there. Oh well, that's fine. We'll make a right. Dale's a nice smooth road. Whew. Dun, 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 dun. Do we want to go up Fairmount? Do we want to go up Fairmount? Fairmount's a steep road. Ah, shucks. Let's do it. Whew. Up. 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 Woo! Made it to the VW bus. Upshift. Woo! Oh man. Now I'm sweaty. Not done yet though. Ah. Huh. Up. made it. We made it. Up the hill now. Whew. So, about a mile and a half to go and we'll be at work. Yay! Cold and sweaty. Avoid those hills if you can. If you gotta get to work, dry. Take that back. It's impossible, you're gonna sweat a little. Check out another video. I'll try to put the link at the bottom of this video at least. How to reduce sweat while cycling to work or whatever. I say reduce because you can't eliminate. You don't want to eliminate. You'll burn up. You're supposed to sweat when you're working hard. Woo-wee. So yeah, freezing brakes, freezing, you know, shifter, freezing locks. Oil those puppies. Don't let them freeze on you. You'll notice when I brake, I always use both brakes. I apply a little more pressure to the front brake, which is my left brake. Because that's, you know, what, you know, is, you know, most of your stopping power is on your front brake. Because it's at the front of your bike. And momentum is going forward. You're going straight. Going forward direction. You know, your weight is distributed toward the front. And more weight on the wheel means you have more traction and more control. It's like when you're climbing a steep hill. You want to keep your weight kind of centered on the bike, over the crank or the bottom bracket. Beep beep beep, BikeBlogger. And kind of over the back wheel, because you don't want that wheel slipping on you. Because you know, it's just a bike. You can slip easily. It's not that heavy. You weigh a lot more than the bike. You are the controlling factor when it comes to weight. Unless you got so much cargo on your bike, which is unlikely unless maybe you're pulling a trailer or something. Yeah, definitely. I use the right brake or the rear brake for the rear wheel, just because it's a little bit gives you a little bit more control in sketchy situations where maybe the road surface is really bumpy, or you know, there's a lot of leaves on the ground, you know, something. It gives you a little more control over the braking. I definitely would not ride without a rear brake. Can you ride without a front brake? Yes and no. I'm not sure which brake I'd pick if I had to pick one brake, because I know a front brake is going to, we're off topic, I know. A front brake is definitely going to stop you way quicker. Very important in an emergency situation. Don't overdo it, but that's why you have the rear brake too. But for traction purposes, I don't know. I mean, I say traction, but I mean, I don't know what I mean, control, whatever. A rear brake is very valuable, so I would not go brakeless. I would not go with just one brake. I'd have at least two brakes. If you're a fixie rider, at least have a front hand brake with that rear brake of your feet. Sorry, I should say fixed gear rider. I apologize. Da, 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 da. We're at work now, we made it. I work at an abandoned building in an empty parking lot. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like. Give me a comment. Share me with your friends and family. Woo! That's really. Thanks for watching. And we will see you next time.